Never pass up an opportunity to talk.
No.
I think, you know, the question was where could you cut, and I'm not sure that there is a definite answer for where, but I think it all goes back to, and I think the mayor probably hit on it just a little bit, is that you have to have comprehensive planning, all right? You've got to be able to look past today, and you've got to look into the crystal ball and say, this is where we need to go. I think probably the first place would be capital improvement projects. If we're in a difficult time, a tight money time, maybe we need to postpone those for a year or two to help us get over the hump. So that's probably what my thoughts are on where you could cut. Big thing is just the comprehensive planning and being able to plan ahead and think ahead.
One of the areas I believe, and I believe the city is starting to do some of this, but there's been a lot of people that's been retiring, but instead of just going out and replacing them right away and hiring somebody, is to cross-train them where they can work together. I mean, I realize that some people are, you know, professional, like fire department, police, that's a different situation. But like in the labor situation, one department might not have very much going on that week, and another department might have a big project, and I think it would be beneficial to the city for there to be a backup plan in case somebody else was to retire and everybody else didn't know what was going on.
Raise your hand high. In response to Pam's question on the labor force, we've been doing that now for almost 2 years, combining our public works people to do projects. We've had several people retire, and through attrition we've cut salaries there, and we are in the process of cross-training. We've set up some like water, sewer, do a lot of things similar. Just we got something good in our lines where sewer has something bad in their lines, but they're lines, and we dig holes. So, and we have been cross-training people to do things like that. Sugar Creek, my response to that is, if I have anything to do, we're going to build a lake down there one of these days. And it's going to be in conjunction with the Red Lake and Safety. We have 1,700 acres or so down there. We have a need for water in southern Illinois. Fortunately, we didn't get that point across to a 3-judge panel up in Chicago several years ago, and they sided with lobbyists. But you know, we got a need. I think with our Starbucks project, it's going to just ferment that need, and I think that one day you'll see a lake down in Creel Springs that serves the needs of southern Illinois and the city of Marion.
Anybody else? Okay. Here's the next question for all candidates. Are there some needs that are lacking and need resources and attention from city government?
As far as any projects lacking that, I can't be 100%. I'm not going to talk off the cuff and give you something that razzle-dazzle. But the thing is, Marion's growing. It's got to meet needs consistently. It's got to meet the growth, whether it's in fire, police, water, you know, whatever department it is. As the city grows, hopefully, we as commissioners can keep ahead of that growth, keep the standards up to where you've got a direct path. I remember my little mother, she went one way to Walmart, she went one way to Kroger's. If they had a road they were working on, she wouldn't go because it altered her route. And as we get older, we get very complacent in the way we want to travel. And me getting older, I've noticed I have become more and more complacent in that myself. But the thing is, we need to continually work on our growth within our city. And it's things we need to do not only for our senior citizens, it's also for our young people and our working people within the city. I just lost my train of thought, and when you do that, you feel real stupid. But it happens at times. I guess that is getting older. But I'm very proud of this city, and I want to see it become not only just a good city for everyone to live in, I want it to become a great city for each and every one. Thank you.
The way I see it is, it's not really that we have a lot of things that we need to complete. It's that we need to be proactive instead of reactive to what we're faced with right now. We've got a lot of great opportunities coming ahead of us, a lot of great sources of revenue for the city. We have to think ahead, we need to plan ahead, get our infrastructure ready for those. The Star Bond, yes, is one of the biggest things coming forward. Yes, we need to keep continually working on our Main Street development. We need to look at our low income and our senior citizens and what programs and things we can put forth to help them. We just can't lose place of where we are right now. We have to keep moving forward, like I said, proactive, thinking ahead, planning ahead.
We know that we've got to have a new fire station on the east side of town. There's no two ways about that, and we're working in that direction. We know that we're going to have a new police station in the Army Reserve facility there on D. Young. They will move into a new facility in Carbondale sometime later this year. It will be turned over to the present facility will be turned over to the city, and that will be our new police station department. A couple of things, though, that I must address. Carolyn talked about our health care insurance. The city has got the best deal that it could possibly get. We have negotiated time after time with various companies, and if anybody can do any better, please step forward and let us know. Legal fees, when somebody sues us, whether it's good or bad suit, we have to respond and we pay attorneys. But 99 times out of 100, the bulk of fees are paid by the insurance company, not by the City of Marion tax dollars. The Sugar Creek project, I don't know where she gets her figures, but we don't have any money spent on that. But because we're not working on that at this time. So if you're going to be making statements, Carolyn, be sure you got your facts straight.
To answer your question on deficiencies, under commission form of government, each commissioner is assigned certain areas of responsibility within the city. One of mine is the sewer department, which I happen to think it's a good thing that runs down the sewer. You know, it smells like money to a plumber. But one of the things that we do have as a real issue is that we've got an aging system. It's over 100 years old. We budgeted last year revenue of our money's a $250,000 to start working on that aging system. We're buying a new camera this year with GPS capabilities in order to make our work in that area better. You look at towns like Benton, the problems they're having on that 15-inch sewer line if they can't even get the people to agree to borrow the money. We don't face that issue here in Marion. We're planning, we're setting goals ahead, and the way we come up with that money is just what Anthony was talking about. Through the work of the Water and Sewer Department, we'll have a savings to the people without raising the rates this year. And we're not going to be taking money out of the general fund to operate these two departments, and our savings will be $500,000. And I'm back to the point again, it's all about management of how we do it, but we are planning. Our capital expenditures in the sewer department this year will be paid with cash, not financing. on it, on our trucks and things. And that's how you do it. That's how you run a city and bring it into line to what it ought to be.
In response to my statements, my information was from Freedom of Information requests that came from the Treasurer's Department that showed what the legal fees were. I reviewed 10 years of audits, and it did show that there were still funds being paid for engineering and legal fees for Sugar Creek. These were done by Freedom of Information requests. Also, when it came to insurance, I gave a request for the census of the employees so that I could broker and see if we could beat the deal, and I was denied the information. So I had given a pledge that the first 30 days that census would be available and it will be brokered to see if we can beat, and I have spent 30 years in healthcare. I have done 30 years of negotiation with healthcare plans, and I can tell you there is a way to subset it out to lower the cost, and that is from experience. Thank you.
I hope this fits if it doesn't cut me off. We're talking about being proactive and planning ahead. And the mayor mentioned the new fire station that we need. He mentioned the new police station that we're getting ready to move into, I hope, in the next few weeks or months. Being proactive. Marion has, in the last 4 years, the only 911 system of its kind south of Chicago. Marion has it themselves. You call a 911, you make a 911 call, it goes directly to our police station. It is not relayed to the sheriff's station. It's something that did not cost you an extra dime. The other things that we've done is, for instance, on the K2 drug that I'm sure many people have been seeing on TV lately, and the synthetic cocaine. Marion was 4 months ahead of the state of Illinois in making K2 illegal. As of today, synthetic cocaine is illegal. As of today, people are selling, they call it bath salts. I'm sure you've seen that on TV. The way this comes about is either, usually it's a city employee. It can be any city employee, especially in the police department, I'll have to say, that they know what drugs are out there. They come to me about getting it stopped. I take it to the council, and the council approves it. We've got several ordinances that passed being proactive. We've got a K9 team that few cities have in Southern Illinois. Numerous things we have are, we have a training station for our firemen. I could go on and on, so like I said, you didn't shut me off, so I guess that was part of the question.